Once again, we're staying in our ground floor plan.dwg file. What I'm going to do now is double click on the wheel just to zoom extent so that we can see what we're doing. There you go, like so. Now, we're going to be taking a look at the continue and baseline tools that you can utilize when you're placing your dimension annotation in your drawings. Now, before we do that, I need you to zoom in so that you can see a certain part of the drawing. So pan down and zoom in a bit. You need to be able to see from this corner of the building here to this corner of the building here. Make sure as well on your dimensions panel on the annotate tab on the ribbon that your dim layer override is set to dimensions, because you will be placing some linear dimensions. Now on the dimensions panel, continue and baseline is here on this flyout here. So what we need to do first though is place a linear dimension. So I'm going to click here, dimension type, linear. Using my object snaps, I'm going to go from endpoint there, left click, to endpoint there, left click. Those are my two origin points. I drag up a little, click again, there's my linear dimension. Now I've placed a linear dimension because continue and baseline automatically search for the last linear dimension placed. So if I now go to the dimensions panel, click on the flyout and select continue, you'll notice, can you see it's come off of that last dimension I placed? Good thing is now, I just utilize my object snaps using the endpoint snaps each time to move across all of these walls and these openings, just clicking along, working my way along until I've got to a point where everything's done. Keep going, last one there, click there, and when I'm done, just press enter once to finish. AutoCAD will ask, do you want to do another continue dimension? Now, if I wanted to do that, I would select another linear dimension and then continue from that linear dimension. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to press enter to close the continue command. That's how quick and easy it is to place continued dimensions using that continue setting. Now, you'll notice there, each one of them is also an individual dimension. So I can remove dimensions that I don't need, for example. Let's zoom out slightly, pan across a bit, and we need to be able to see down this left-hand edge now. Now we're going to perform a similar workflow, but for the baseline tool. So again, dimensions panel, dimension type linear, and I'm going to go from this endpoint here, left click, to this endpoint here, left click. Drag it out slightly, click to position the linear dimension. Now baseline works in the same way. So I go up to the dimensions panel, click on the flyout and select baseline. Now, can you see it's come off of the last linear dimension placed? And depending on whether you go outside or inside, depends on where the baseline dimensions go. Now, I'm coming inside and I'm going to just click on each endpoint snap like I did for continue. But you'll notice the baseline performs slightly differently. Press enter to finish. And again, it's prompting you select another base dimension, which I don't need. So I'll just press enter to close out baseline. So you can see there that baseline uses this dimension here, the first one, and uses the extension line as the baseline, and then it places them from that datum using that extension line. And each of the spacings there between those dimensions is based on your dimension style. So that's how you can quickly and easily utilize continue and baseline to dimension quickly and effectively, and more importantly, accurately and precisely in your drawings.